What is up, guys, and welcome back to the episode of F122, my team career mode. Here for episode number 13 today for the Hungarian Grand Prix in Season 1. If you guys did miss the previous episode of the French Grand Prix, then definitely be sure to go check that one out before you see this one. It's time for redemption, but came with quite a lot of luck, I must say, as we come home, as you can see, with an impressive P6 finish, albeit with quite a bit of a scrappy one, I'll admit. But anyways, then looking our way through the menus here, it's only a short break then between France and Hungary, but then there is obviously the summer break afterwards. You can see we do have a bit of money to spend here, so I'm looking through the upgrades, trying to see which facility upgrade we can potentially purchase here. Powertrain, durability, and the personnel ones are getting my attention, but I think we will focus on the personnel, and we're going to go ahead and purchase a fitness center upgrade, which will help our second drivers' racecraft, awareness, and I think focus as well, pretty high. So actually that'll be good for us coming for in a bit. And we'll purchase these perks real quick just so that we can get some more answers and potentially some more resource points. Anyways, and like I said, not much time in between the Hungarian and the French Grand Prix. And unfortunately, coming into this episode, we had a durability upgrade that did fail. But does that really matter? Not really. Anyways, then, I mean, I don't really want to really repurchase that one just yet. Not really on the top of my list here. We only have a 464 resource points, so not really a heck of a lot we could spend here. So we're just going to skip on to the timeline, get to the race weekend itself. We did do the Pirelli hot lap, so we're going to go straight then to quick practice then as we head on to quick practice one then. Quickly doing the practice programs here. Should hopefully get through these as quickly as we can here. We do get the resource points. Now let's see if we can get the discounts here. Yes, we can. See if we get the rear downforce one as well. Yes, we can. Let's see if we can get one more here. It's going to be a close one, and we do not manage to get it in time. But let's try the 25% success. Will this work? Okay. That's quite surprising, I'll admit. The 25% success chance works. But hey, you never know. You might need that. Anyways, then, let's move on then to quick practice 2 then. Starting a new practice program. Now, I think this is the fuel management program that we are currently doing then. Anyways, we're trying to mainly focus on getting all the discounts and the resource points, although mainly the resource points are the bigger priority here, because also we still got to keep upgrading our car. Our car is pretty decent on the powertrain side, but it's really where in the chassis and the aerodynamics that need a bit of work. Durability, I mean, we don't really care about that too much, although we have had 2 failures, so we might consider investing in those in a bit. Anyways, and looking through this, can we try a 50% success for the durability? No, not surprised it didn't work. So we'll save that then for FP3 here. Let's see if we can complete these as quickly as we can. We do get the rear downforce one. Can we get this durability one for the MGUH? Yes, we can. And one more then for the ERS system. Can this work? Yes, we can. And we do get all of the development boost and all of the resource points, pushing us up to 1,536. That should give us enough then to purchase a couple upgrades for our car. And you can see these discounts coming in as well. Might focus then on the aerodynamic side. Maybe might do a bit on the chassis or the powertrain. Then one of the two. It might be the aerodynamics that get most of these upgrades at the moment. Although that magnetic compound is definitely dragging my attention here, because that's a pretty powerful upgrade that we can have then for this car. Anyways, then you can see us looking through the upgrades. Actually, we can't really do anything on the chassis because all of the spots have been filled up. Anyways, then you can see us looking through. We're probably just going to purchase it. That'll come in time then for the Belgian Grand Prix, that durability upgrade. Now looking our way through the aerodynamics one. Is there anything we can really afford? There is a discount then on the diffuser one. That will come in time then for the Italian Grand Prix. That is if it does come on. That's all the upgrades for now. Let's head then to qualifying. And, well, as you can clearly see, in Hungary,
conditions as they are, I'd suggest you take a set of full wets.
It is full wet conditions here, which is not really ideal. The race itself is supposed to be fully dry, but here it is fully wet then. So we're going to have to do a bit of a compromise. I am going to use the dry setup at the moment, but yeah, not the most ideal. Not the most ideal. Anyways, let's get out on track then for our first hot lap. Then we have filled up the car for quite a bit of runs here, so just in case we need to go again and again, we can do so in successive qualifying laps. And I have found that with this car, you can do multiple laps in the wet, and actually it will give you a decent amount of performance. And once you start to slowly rubber in the tires here, should be good. And as you can see us on the bottom, right, toggling them with the ERS deployment mode, and I have tried to see if I could change it between hot lap and none. So use none on the traction zones, and then the hot lap once you get the power down, we are secure and safe. Although I really didn't think this actually forward. After doing a bit of laps here, you can clearly see the car is still dancing around here. We still have, again, we still have a bit more fuel on board compared to what we usually have. And we're not necessarily running the full wet setup here. We're running the dry setup, so there's a bit less wing depth, and the rest of the car is a bit altered and more preferred to the dry. But yeah, you can clearly see the conditions are not great. I mean, they're kind of horrendous. You can clearly see us going very wide there. Putting on hot lap mode is really not really going to help us. I haven't really found that this is going to help much matters. Although I do think we will continue to do it, just because, maybe because the slab is just a bit scruffy. Try to get used to the car in these very, very wet conditions here. It might dry out towards inches at the end. I'm not 100% sure, but I really don't want to get my hopes up here. I mean, the car in the full wet is clearly not the greatest tire. As you can see, it's dancing the car around the final corner here. Hot lap enabled, that as you can cross the line. We're already a second behind, well, an Aston Martin up on Stroll. That's really not the most ideal option here. Anyway, as you come into the first corner, Joe Guan Yu just pops out ahead of us then, trying to get on the power as early as we can here, but it's really hard to, considering the fact that, well, it's full wet conditions again, and these cars have so much horsepower going into them that, like, it's really, really hard to get the power on as efficiently as possible. You can see the delta is kind of fluctuating up and down here between gaining time and dropping time here.
These conditions don't look like they're shifting. We're predicting at least 20 minutes of heavy rainfall.
Alright, well, that's not the greatest option, Mark. So, you just literally said that there's 21 minutes of this heavy rain, which is great. So that essentially means that this heavy rain is going to be sticking around for probably Q1 and maybe even Q2. That is even if we make it in Q2. And you can clearly see by our delta, we're not doing any better than our previous run, which is kind of depressing. Although this time we have enabled full hot lap mode, so maybe that is the reason why as well.
Than Teo. He's faster than you are.
Yeah, I can clearly see that Teo is faster than me. I mean, we're down at P11 at the moment. We're not even improving on our lap here. Kind of depressing if you ask me. As we now make our way into the final sector here, the car is sliding all over the place. My foot is still not used to try and balance in these conditions, as we nearly bit it straight in the wall. That lap was kind of a mess though. Luckily though, we can go one more time. We do have a bit more fuel in the tank here. Someone is going to be trying to go up or inside here. Are they going to go? Yes, they're going to go. Oh, never mind. They went in the pits. Oh, and it was our teammate for good measure. Teo. Come on, man. Anyways then, making our way down this straight and into this corner. And you can clearly see we are still gaining time, but we're still not getting anything out of this. Again, we are having so much snap to oversteer here. I'm still not used to trying and applying the power. I mean, think about it. Out of all the qualifying sessions we've had, only 2 of them have been with rainy conditions. This one and the one at spring. Everything else has been dry. So I've been used to dry qualifying sessions. And you can clearly see that my lack of experience is really, I'm really paying the price right now. As you can come through the right-hander here, getting up to 5th gear, trying to short shift as early as we can here, trying to get on the power as quickly as we can. But, I mean, it's just not working then. I mean, up to 5th gear again, Charles Leclerc sets a lap time of a 31. We are at 35 right now. So that just shows you how slow we are in the wet. Now, obviously, part of that comes down to pure car performance, while the other half of that comes to driver skill. And you can clearly see my skill is not very good at the moment. And yeah, it's just not working really. I mean, we're not gaining time. We're kind of just driving around for nothing really. So instead, what we're going to do is just pull into the pits then. We must go. And maybe we'll assess our things there. And if we come into the garage, well, I mean, you can clearly see that we are terrible in these conditions. We're actually not that bad, though, in Sector 3, although even as I say that, we're still well off the pace here. Teo Pocher is up in P12, so our car does have some decent pace around this circuit in the wet. It's really just up to me, though. But anyways, there's no way we're going to improve on our laps. So we're going to do something risky here. And we're going to take a full new set then of engine components. This is a risk for two options. One is Hungary's not an easy place to overtake. And two is, well, we could get an engine failure and just burn all these components. But I think it is needed. Anyways, Teo Pacher makes it into Q2, up in P10 here. We're down in P22. Bit of action though, I must say. I think some guys went out again. But anyways, that is enough then for qualifying. Let's get on to the race and hope for some points.
It's race day in Budapest as we get ready for another round of Formula One action. We don't expect too many retirements at this circuit. There are plenty of current and former drivers with flawless finish rates here, in particular Ralf Schumacher, who made it across the line in all 10 of his Hungarian Grand Prix starts. 14 corners then for our drivers to navigate at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring today. It's 6 lefts and 8 rights around a lap here, with average speeds in the region of 120 miles per hour. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position. A very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Russell, Max Verstappen and Perez, Norris, Bottas, Gasly and Mick Schumacher, Joe, Albon, Sebastian Vettel and Latifi, Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll and Yuki Tsunoda, Ocon, Magnussen, Teo Pacher. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Gallagher. Now with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. A warm welcome to Natalie Pinkham, who is beside me in the commentary box today. Why don't we discuss Red Bull? What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within the team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that has definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Alrighty then, we are last place. And, well, this is not a great set to see. Teo Pacher is down here with us in 21st. Ugh, great news. Anyways, then, as you can clearly hear from Mark there, no rain expected this time around. So this time it should be good. And as you saw from that quick flash of the strategy screen, it is going to be a one-stop then from the mediums to hards. Another one of those strats. Anyways, then, warming up the tires for one last time here as we make our way onto the grid then. We try to get a nice purple parking spot, and we just about edge it there. Pacher lines up as well. Let's do this. Let's go. It's a 5 red lights for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's lights out, and we are green, green, green here at the Hungaroring, and it's not the greatest start, I'll admit, but let's be patient here. Let's pick out where we need to go into turn 1. Pacher, though, gets a decent set against Kevin Magnussen and makes his way up into P20 momentarily there, but we do manage to make it up the inside there of a couple of guys and wheel to wheel with Lance Stroll as we nearly lose the back end there. We're going to now move to the inside. Let's see if we can make a move then on Lance Stroll. We're going to make 2 moves there. One on Daniel Ricciardo, although he does give us quite a squeeze there on the inside there. I don't know what he was thinking. He's going to swing it around the outside, like just about managed to keep it on the track there. And now him and Stroll are going to be squabbling away then and costing them time. I don't think there's a bit of damage. I think it was just tire-to-tire contact there between the two of us then, as we now look right behind Yuki Tsunoda here, coming to the chicane. We're going to dive on the inside, but not only him, well actually it's only him. I thought about diving on the inside of Nicholas Latifi, but it would be too risky then. Anyways, then into the middle part then of lap 1, you can clearly see us making our way through the corners then. And up ahead then is Charles Leclerc that still leads the way then from Lewis Hamilton. Then comes Carlos Sainz, Verstappen, Perez, Russell, Norris, Bottas, Schumacher, Gasly, Zhou Guanyu is in 11th there. There is our leader, Charles Leclerc, leading the way here. Hamilton, though, looking to hold a little bit up there of Carlos Sainz here. Maybe Carlos Sainz might make a move on him soon. It was Albon's at 12, Alonso's 13, Vettel's 14, Latifi's just ahead of us. Stroll, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Pacher, and Ocon finish off the running order for now, though. But Albon up there in 12th, though. Kudos to him, and Latifi there in 15th there. Anyways, you can see Alonso trying to make a move, though, on Albon as they make their way into turn 1. Then Albon nearly goes straight into the back then of Zhou Guanyu, though. Luckily, he just managed to stay ahead. Ricciardo now gets back ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, and he can try to chase after then Lance Stroll. Anyways, then set lap 3 then on the inside there of Nicholas Latifi, just about catching that overtake there as we make our way up into P15 then. And next on our list is Sebastian Vettel, the guy who is in our Aston Martin Road to Glory series. And but now this time it is my team. There are no team orders here. We will fight him as much as we need to. But yeah, we're trying to catch up to this train here. This train is really not going anywhere. It's really getting held up there by Pierre Gasly, who's up there in P10. He's already falling away. He's already 9/10 away from the next car in front then. Anyways, on to the end of lap 3 then, on towards lap 4 then. Still in this DRS train, we have finally caught up to Sebastian Vettel. I don't think we'll be close enough though to make a move on the German just yet though.
On the car behind, really good stuff.
Latifi's already dropped behind. Anyways, then, as you can clearly see up ahead, Albon and Alonso going side by side into that corner though. So that should spice things up here. So he's a bit of overtake here to try and stay with these guys though. I think Alonso might have the line on the inside. Yes, he does. Albon gets squeezed out there, and now Alonso is free to chase after the next driver, who I think is one of the Alphas. I think it's Joe 111. I'm not 100% sure though. Anyways, then making our way towards into sector 2, then through this right-hander here. Careful not to touch that curb, because your car will spin up. Then we are still tucked up behind Sebastian Vettel, although playing the patient game here. Remember, we did start last. We're already up at the P15. Not a terrible start so far. The last thing we need to do is get some damage and ruin our race. And we seem to be pretty strong though in this middle sector. The car is not that sharp in the corners, but it's not that understeer, so we're still carrying a decent amount of speed into these corners and keeping up with the AI relatively well then. Anyways, then into the final sector, that we missed that apex a little bit there. Just had to make sure we didn't go straight then into the back of Sebastian Vettel then, as we now make our way into the final corner here. Again, trying to get on the power as early as we dare. Then looking behind us, see Sebastian Vettel, DRS wide open. We have the DRS wide open as well. We're going to use a lot of overtake here to try to get past him. I think now we have the pace to get past the German here. Anyways, making our way into turn 1. We're going to go up the inside then of the German, then into turn 1. And that is a very nice move indeed then. And now our next goal is to try and chase after Alex Albon then, who's already dropped a second pretty much to Fernando Alonso. So that just becomes even more important to get past him and then chase after the Spaniard in the Alpine. And then on lap 6 then, we are closing up a little bit, although not by much though. We have got the DRS done. We're using a lot of overtake here. We got a bit of snap of oversteer on that last one. I don't think it cost us too much time. Anyways, abusing the ERS then as we close our way then up into, well, we're trying to close up to P13, I should say. You know, it was in the back end there. But you can start to see the train starting to slowly form up behind Pierre Gasly. Remember, he's at lost touch of DRS here. And I think the Alpha and the Alpine have slowly caught up to him, but they cannot manage to get past him somehow. So, yeah, this is quickly becoming a five-car train, I think. So it's going to be a little bit harder to try and get past these guys, although we do have the better pace compared to the Williams. And then we can use the Alpine and the Alfa Romeo's pace to try and drag us into the points here. Because if they have trouble overtaking Pierre Gasly, we can get past them. And our car is better than the Alphatauri according to the performance chart. So we do have a very good chance then of overtaking Gasly here. And well, Gasly is up there in P10 at the moment, so this is actually be a great chance to get some points. And I know it's just 1 point, but hey, we are currently in the fight against Alphatauri and Haas then for that, I think it's P7 in the constructor standings there. Schumacher though, he's all the way up in P9, so I don't think we'll be able to catch him though. Magnussen, actually, I don't know where he is then on the grid here. You can see the tires slowly starting to drop off. The tire temperature still remaining relatively okay at the moment then, as we make our way into turn 1 once again here. Still not close enough there to make a move then on outside. We're getting a bit caught up on the curb there. That's going to cost us a bit of time here. But we're still maintaining DRS, which is a good sign from us. Trying to preserve the tires a little bit, preserve a bit of battery, although our battery is already down to 10%. It's not really ideal if we want to try and overtake him. But we'll continue to press on then, all the way on to lap 9 then. We're still watching then Alonso trying to attack Zhou Guanyu, but you can see us, we have closed up that we're still being patient, just still waiting for the correct moment to get past Alex Albon. And I think now is the time to get past him because he's starting to drop away then from the likes of Fernando Alonso here. And we're right on him as well here as they now make our way through this left hand and now through this fast right hand. We do have a decent run on him through this right hand using a bit of overtake here. No onboard footage from us. We're going to go on the inside there of the tie-bred driver, then up into P13. He left us the space. Bit of a late move, but it was fair It was clean, and now we're up into P13, and we are now, I think, just about in DRS. I think we just missed DRS there on Fernando Alonso, but I think Alonso might have a shot here at overtaking the Alfa Romeo. I'm not 100% sure here. As we now make our way down the main straight. This is lap 10 of 35 of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Alonso is not going to make a move just yet. Gasly, well, he's doing a very good job there, holding us all up and making it a lot easier for us to try and get past all of these guys. Anyways, lap 12 then, and we're still stuck behind him, but we have closed up a lot more than to Fernando Alonso, and I think we do have a chance then of overtaking this guy. Anyways, it's a bit of an onboard from us then. Let's now make our way into the left-hander here. You can see that, I mean, Alonso and Joe are both having a hard time sticking with Pierre Gasly. In fact, Joe Guan Yu is starting to slowly lose some pace in compared to Pierre Gasly, but you can see Pierre Gasly is already 4 seconds behind Mick Schumacher there. Magnussen, by the way, is in P20, so at the moment, Haas will score 2 points, we'd score none, which isn't ideal, but I mean, I think if we can at least get 1 point and limit it to just 1 point they're getting, that won't be too bad. And anyways, we were just on board there with Sebastian Vettel. He now made his way through the chicane into the left-right part of the lap. Then Vettel, he's currently running in P15 right now, not looking too bad at the moment. Wonder if he could try to get past Alex Albon as we now make our way towards Sector 3. We're going to be continuing to watch him, see if he'll make a move then into the right-hander. He goes. All looks calm for now, but why is it going slow? Oh no! Oh no! It's Vettel. He's out of the Grand Prix. He's got an engine issue. There's a commentator's curse there, as I thought he was doing so well in this race, but he's out. Poor Vettel. Poor Sebastian Vettel. Anyways, then, back to the action then. There is Fernando Alonso, and there is us behind him as we try to make our moves as quickly as we can, but we're really not making any progress at the moment. Gasly, I mean, he's doing a great job being a train driver, but I really want to get past these guys and get up a couple more positions, but we're almost to the pit window right now, so it might not be the best to overtake them, and instead we'll just stick behind them. We'll use a bit of battery here, but the main thing we're going to do here is to try and, try to see if we can stick with these guys, save our battery, and then on our in lap then, we should be able to push hard. Anyways, then, I think our push lap is lap 16, so that's next. You see us almost having a look then up the inside there of Fernando Alonso. We really go straight into the back of him there. Very, very close. That could have easily been a crash there and easily taken us both out. But we managed to get away with that then. But yeah, not the greatest move, I'll admit. That was very, very light. We had the space open though. I thought about going for it, but I realized that, well, it would have ended in disaster. And we did manage to just back out of it just in time then. And we're making our way into the chicane then, and now through this left and right-hander here, and I really don't think we'll be able to overtake them unless we can somehow do the things in the pit stops. I am thinking potentially of an overcut for this race here, and the reason why is the undercut in this game for some reason is not as powerful as it used to be in the other games, and maybe it's because of the fact that you really do need to work your tires to warm them up, and I mean, I think it's easy for you guys to say, but yeah, I'm not good at managing my tires and warming them up there. As you can clearly see with a big snap of oversteer. So yeah, I don't think we'll be actually boxing on this. I think we'll box on the next lap here. I think most of the guys will be boxing on this lap, but then if we can do an overcut here, then we should be able to try and maybe gain these positions. I don't know. But anyways, if we don't manage to overtake these guys, the least we can do is have one lap fresher tires to attack them more than in the second half of the Grand Prix here. Anyways, still following them as we make our way into the fast left-hander here. I think most of these guys will be pitting, like I said. I think maybe the first driver, so like Charles Leclerc Ferrari, Hamilton at Russell, Alonso at Alpine here. I don't think Joe Guan Yu will be pitting. Maybe Gasly will be as well. So again, if we can overcut them, that would be great. And speaking of pit stops, and here comes Charles Leclerc into the pits. Will Carlos Sainz follow his way? And no, he will stay out there. Hamilton, though, goes in ahead of Max Verstappen. Perez and Russell both stay out. Norris also stays out as well. Will Bottas come into the pits? I think so. And yes, he does. Schumacher, though, stays out then. And there's a bit of an onboard shot from George Russell. Anyways, Gasly comes into the pits. We're going to stay out. We're going to stick then with Joe Guan Yu. Alonso, though, is going to come into the pits then. So that's going to be interesting then, as we can clearly watch them make their way into the box then. Medium tires off, hard tires on. Not too surprised then. And then now make their way down the pit lane. Anyways, and there's Teo Pocher. Gonna be caught up in a bit of traffic here. See if he can find his way past. And anyways, there out comes Pierre Gasly and Fernando Alonso. So we're gonna have to watch them and see where they come out relative to us. So we have to be careful here. Anyways, then on board then with Carlos Sainz as he makes his way through Sector 2. Here he's gonna be pitting then on this lap, along with pretty much the rest of the field that has not pitted yet, like Sergio Perez, George Russell, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, though. I mean, he's only 8 seconds behind Norris, and he's already pitted. So, I mean, that just goes to show how much Charles Leclerc has dominated this race. And poor Hamilton is stuck behind us then. So, not the greatest idea for the British driver, but, I mean, he's not in our race. I don't care too much. So, I mean, it's not really my problem anyways. Mick Schumacher and the Haas comes in, and this is Pierre Gasly then, and he is again towing along Fernando Alonso here, so it'll be important to see where they come out relative to us. Anyways, following Joe Guan Yu into the, we have a decent in lap here, and let's see if we can have a nice pit stop from the boys. 50 miles an hour into the pit lane, then following Joe Guan Yu here, and hoping we can have a decent pit stop here, waiting for the correct turn, and then Teo Pocher though is into the pits at the same time though as us. Not going to be the most ideal here, as the double stack runner is not as effective as it would be in real life then. So hopefully he'll get a decent stop compared to us. Anyways, and there's us out of the pits, and there is Fernando Alonso, and there is Joe Guan Yu then. So Fernando Alonso has actually undercut Joe Guan Yu. So actually this time the undercut works. But again, that might just be the AI being extremely good at warming up the tires. But like I said, even though we necessarily didn't undercut them, that does give us 1 lap fresher tires though to work with. Anyways, you can see Sergio Perez getting absolutely hounded there by Max Verstappen. And by the way, although Perez, he's overcut Max Verstappen, so that's a bit of interesting news. Anyways, then it's time to get past Joe Guan Yu, then into the right-hander we go. Down the inside is a perfect place to overtake, then up into P20 then. Yes, but anyways, and now is our chance to focus on Fernando Alonso, who again is still getting held up there by Pierre Gasly. I still don't know how he has not managed to get past him though. Anyway, Charles Leclerc still leads with him from Hamilton, who's holding up Sainz at tree, and then comes Perez, Verstappen, Russell, and Norris in the top 7 then. Bottas a long way back then in P8, who is towing along Mick Schumacher as well. And then it's Gasly and Alonso in P10 and P11 with us chasing them down. There is a good shot for points here, guys, I feel. And lap 22 onto lap 23, I think Sainz has had enough of Hamilton here as they now make their way down the mid-share. Lap 23 now, Hamilton getting, under pressure then from Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz, can he go the long way around at turn 1? Hamilton's going to fight this as best as he can here. Sainz though gets the DRS though, but Hamilton gets the drive out there, and whoops, wrong on board there, as we actually rode on board there with Charles Leclerc for a little bit. Anyways, side by side into the left hand, and here can Sainz just get the move, he just about gets it then. And he now moves then up into P23 then. So now it's a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. Anyways, lap 24, then I've had enough of Alonso. We've finally caught up to him, and now is our chance to go down the inside there. A bit of a lockup though, go a bit wide there. We do manage to keep the car on the track there. We push Alonso a little bit wide, and now is our chance to finally get on the back then up here, guys, and do what the AI cannot do, overtake it. And I'm really hoping we can, because, like I said, we are faster than the Alphatauri in the performance car comparison. And, well, he's P10 at the moment. If we can get 1 point from starting last on the grid, that would be wonders then. But it's going to take a bit of work from us, though. I'm not saying Gasly's a slow driver. Gasly's still a very decent driver there for Alphatauri, even though the Alphatauri is not the greatest car on the grid. And a bit of a shame, though, for the Frenchman, because the Frenchman is a very good driver. I mean, I don't know if you watched the 2021 season, but if you did, that Alphatauri was quite a car. There's a little bit of a moment there on that left-hander here. Luckily, the car is still running in one piece and not into a wall. Anyways, had a good, decent middle sector there, even though it was a red middle sector. We try to get DRS off the Gasly. I'm really hoping we can here. That'll help us massively. There's a bit of a stab of focus here, though, as we now make our way into the right-hander here. We do manage to get DRS there, and we will use a bit of battery just to stay with him. And then now this makes the job a little bit easier. And now onto the next couple of laps, and lap 26 onto lap 27 here. We're finally in position then to strike and try and overtake Pierre Gasly. Although we did get a decent run out of that last point, and I'm finding it pretty hard though to get that good exit off of that last point to try and overtake these guys there. Gasly would just about stay ahead for now. But again, with this DRS though, we are saving quite a bit of battery, although we are using quite a bit to stick with him on the straight. The AI straight line speed, like I said, this episode along with France, Belgium, and Zandvoort, which will be ones coming out very soon. This was all recorded before the sports livery update, so the AI straight line speed in this game was, well, I mean, it's still right now pretty darn ridiculous, but back then it was a bit more OP. So it's going to be a little bit hard to overtake, especially considering I think it's a bit more downforce compared to the AI. But as long as we can get past him, I think we'll be fine. Alonso is sticking well behind us, but again, he's not really making a move. I think what he's doing is he's trying to wait for both of us to tangle and both of us to make a mistake, and then he will use that opportunity to overtake us. And it's a decent run through that right-hander there, really maximizing that track with the no track limits warning. So that's good. And we're then making our way then into the left-hander here. We are right on Pierre Gasly then. Let's see if we can make a decent run on him into the final corner then. On to lap 28 then. We have a decent run out of here this time around. DRS right up, but we are much closer to him as we make our way down the main straight. Then Gasly's going to go to the right. We're going to go even farther to the right, almost to the grass on the inside then of the Frenchman. And it is complete. From P22 to P10. Now our goal is to simply hang on to this position. And then we will actually do so then. Anyways, and this is just simply a replay of us getting past him. It's a decent move there on the inside there, almost on the grass there, as Gasly, well, gave us a good shove there, I'll admit. And, well, we just about managed to get past him there. Good move from us then. And now Alonso is pretty much free to chase him down here. And I think Alonso will have a good shot at overtaking him. The Alpine, relatively quick in a straight line. And also, Alpine's just simply a better car than compared to the Alphatauri then. But no more action then. It is lap 35 that will take us all the way then to the end of the Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc, well, I mean, he's in a world of his own right now. He's leading this Grand Prix by 10 seconds, and this time the hard tires are actually working for him, unlike real life. And yeah, he's going to be leading home, but Ferrari 1-2, so that's going to be a huge boost for them in the Constructors' Championship. As Charles Leclerc comes around the final corner, he's going to take the victory here at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Then the Monegasque driver wins for, I don't know how many times, I think it's his 5th time this season. Then Sainz comes home in P2 to finish off the Ferrari 1-2. Hamilton in 3rd, gets the podium for Mercedes. Perez comes home in 4th, holding off Verstappen, Russell, and Norris, who finish all in the top 7. Bottas comes home then in P8. Schumacher a little bit behind here. He will finish then in P9. Anyways, for us then, we have finally done it then. Into the final corner we go. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. It's not even the final corner just yet. I guess I'm just happy that we finally got a point here at the Hungarian here, ERS usage across the line. It is P10. Beautiful stuff, guys. From P22 to P10 here, we get 1 more point to our name. Beautiful stuff. Driver of the day. Thank you very much. Very happy with the result. Great job, guys.
It's victory in Budapest then, and what a victory it is after an incredible Grand Prix. So, Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
I really feel the track layout, combined with the track temperatures we saw today, suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. It just looks so comfortable up there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Again, an excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
So, congratulations then to Charles Leclerc for winning the Hungarian Grand Prix, and congratulations to Ferrari for a 1-2 this episode, with Hamilton stepping in for P3 then. But yeah, nice Grand Prix from us. Very happy with that result. It could have, well, easily gone a wrong way a bunch of times during this race, but we managed to keep our cool here. And actually, our car had some decent pace at times, I will admit. Actually, on the hard tire, the car wasn't too bad. On the medium tires, we were flying at times, I must admit. But once the tire wear kicked in, we kind of struggled a little bit. We did manage to just about hold on, though. Anyways, then moving our way through the, well, podium pass there. And yes, us
And now
up
let's
in
take a look at the
P10.
drivers' standings.
Beautiful things
And with
here.
today's impressive
And
result,
then,
Charles
anyways,
Leclerc
then
steps
looking
into the
through.
championship lead.
Well,
Let's
where
focus
is
on
Taylor
driver of the day,
Pacher?
Natalie Pinkham. Come
Oh,
on, who
he's
do you
only
pick?
P19.
I have to give it to Gallagher.
Man,
They
that kind of
fought
sucks.
so hard and
I
had
thought he would be a little bit
incredible
higher
pace
than
at
that,
times.
but
so I don't think anyone did a
yeah,
better
not
job
ideal
today.
though.
It's
But
time to
anyways,
see
then
how things are
coming
shaping
up in the constructors standings though,
Ferrari
we do
continue
have
to
another
extend the
point,
gap
so
at
that
the top
does
of
extend the
table.
gap then to
Meanwhile, good work from
Alphatauri.
Aston
We are
Martin
slowly
this
closing down on
weekend
Haas.
to push
It's
themselves
going to take
further
quite a
up
bit of
the
effort though to try
In
and
an
hunt them
absolutely
down
wild
though.
weekend of
But as long as we
Formula
stay ahead of
1
Alphatauri, I think we
Can't
should
wait to
be
see
fine
what's-
for now. Anyways, then thank you all so much for watching this episode. If you guys did miss the previous episode, please go check that one out. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode. Then anyways, then I will see you all then for the next episode at the Belgian Grand Prix after the summer break here. Thank you all, and I hope you all enjoy. Goodbye, everyone.